he's been sacked.
So you can tell he's frustrated, man.
Yeah.
So you can tell he's frustrated, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he has to
tweeted
play him
twice.
twice.
Yeah, but the
twice.
problem is Aaron Donald abuses everyone anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah,
really make a
he has to
difference.
play him
Yeah, but the problem.
Yeah, but they don't have to face him twice a year, innit?
Yeah, I know, but it seems like a bit of a silly thing to say. Oh, wants to get traded to get out of that division.
Yeah, nah.
Well, saying that, I mean, like Stafford going to the Rams.
I like
there's going
that
to be
trade.
even more competition down that side.
Yeah, that's a good trade.
I mean, when he had Calvin Johnson there, the guy threw for what 5,000 yards in a season.
Yeah, and Rams now you got Cup Woods,
Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, so I mean, you give him the option. He's got Tyler Higbee, he's got a fairly good offensive line, got a pretty good running game. They can pretty much insert anyone at running back, and
that'll be good next year.
That offensive scheme is going to get yards. So
I'm happy for Stafford, man. He deserved better than Detroit, man.
Right.
Yeah.
12
Detroit
years.
did get a lot back though.
I mean, the thing is that the Rams' offense got found out the year they got to the Super Bowl. You take away the run game. Are you expecting Jared Goff to beat you? Not particularly.
No.
He's not proved that he can beat you. So,
no.
Getting in Stafford is someone that can do the business.
They paid him a lot of money to do the business, and then.
Yeah, if he can stay healthy. I mean, he's not as injury prone as he used to be, but.
No, I mean they paid Goff a lot of money to be that franchise guy, and 2 years later shipping him off. Giving up a first round to get rid of that contract.
Yeah, but these are things that always happen. Teams think that they've got their quarterback, then next season someone else becomes available. Like last year, no one was saying that Matthew Stafford was going to be available this year.
So who's next on the list? Nah, bro. We
just picked up.
We ain't giving up all that draft capital for him, boy.
No one's trading for him this side of the draft. They'll trade. He's gone. If he goes, he'll go like in September.
He's not. He doesn't seem like the guy that would hold out either. He's too good of a guy.
Yeah, no, but you say that, but then after the whole Bell thing, when he took a whole season off just to say basically F you to the Steelers, it's like this new kind of whole player power thing, isn't it?
And now he plays for the Jets.
Yeah, that's his own fault.
No, he plays for the Chiefs now, bro.
He's the Chiefs, yeah. He's a free agent now.
Oh yeah.
He went to the Jets and got paid less than what he would have got from the Steelers. But...
he went to Jets to get paid, innit?
Yeah. There's a lot of things wrong with the Jets though.
Yeah, but his contract was less than what the Steelers had initially offered him.
Yeah,
in the first place,
I know. No, it just didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense at all.
No, teams want to try to get him. I think Miami makes a sense because you can get rid of Tua and 2 first rounders this year.
Why would you get rid of Tua?
Give Tua some weapons, man.
Nah, I'd say
Deshaun's a weapon, though. Tua's not a weapon.
He's gonna go to the Jets, man.
Yeah, the Jets and Miami are good shouts. They got loads of money. They got money to burn. They'll get some receivers in.
I'd say Allen Robinson's going to the Jets.
They're rumored with Fuller, so that'll take.
You've got Corey Davis, Jonnu Smith hitting free agency from the Titans. They're going to be fairly good pickups, but
you've got
you've got to have the cap space
as well.
You've got to have the cap space to be able to pick them up, and
Juju
Juju
made more TikToks than he did catches last year, man.
Oh, the sad thing is it's so true as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
because the
like I
Jets
said,
got 2 firsts this year, 2 firsts next year. They can send Sam
Is
Darnold.
Ben retiring? Big Ben.
no, Ben's coming back. They're gonna redo his contract and come back. But yeah, no, Jets make sense because they got the draft picks, they got the money, and they got Sam Donald's leverage. But I don't see how
And
inside the
they've got a
draft.
new coach, you know.
Yeah.
Robert Sala's good. Yeah, yeah, he loves of interest
Yeah.
there. But Texans
It's going to be
ain't
more than a
taking any
couple
calls though.
picks, though, man.
It'd be 2 picks, Donald and
Nah, the same as Stafford. Nah.
true. Yeah, make it a third pick.
Nah.
Yeah, but the
Gotta be at
Stafford
least-
one, the
The
second
thing
first.
is, I mean, you're looking at
contract, it wasn't
probably
as a player.
you're looking at one of the top 2-3 quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the compensation is going to be mega, and there's the contract that goes with it, which he signed in September or whatever it was.
He's 2 years
Yeah,
in.
last year. Last
Yeah.
year.
190 something million. You know,
Yeah, but it's not a lot. It's not. I think it's still less than Goff's one that he went to Lions with.
oh,
Yeah.
In terms of dead money, anyway. He's still got a couple years to run in it still.
Yeah. I don't know if I can see the Texans trading him, though.
No, they won't take any calls. And
it's not going to be because anyone doesn't want him. It's just going to be they're going to be asking too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
And the Texans seem to think they're continually close to getting to where they need to be when.
No, well, to Deshaun phone call.
Oh, what, when they got ruined by the Chiefs? Not last year, the year before, yeah. But then, but then they thought they were still there, but somehow they got rid of Hopkins, brought in David Johnson, and yeah, I don't know.
Bill O'Brien can coach.
Bill O'Brien. Surprised he's not
Well.
gone back to the Patriots.
They're not trading in division.
Thing is Colts would be good. You've got the cap space. You've got, you can sacrifice a fair amount.
They won't trade. Are they in the same division?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll trade that.
Nah.
Nah, definitely not.
Yeah, because a lot of people there's interest there in it for the Raiders. A lot of teams have actually gone after Carr and seen what they got. They've said no already.
No matter how well Derek Carr plays, his job
John Gruden
is
knows what to
never
like.
safe.
Yeah, John Gruden does not like him, boy. I don't know what it is
The guy
about
was
him.
fairly good last season. Okay, he wasn't incredible.
He was 10th in most stats, and he got injured for 2 games.
That's still
And the
better
defense
than
was shit.
22 other people.
No, he's done a good job. No, I saw someone's as a potential swap send Wilson to Vegas and Derek Carr away to Seattle.
What, so that
Nah.
Derek Carr can get sacked even more?
Yeah, it'll fit Seattle's offense, and it'll immediately make Raiders a better team, and it's a big
But
market.
didn't Seattle just get a new coordinator?
Yeah, I think
They got a new OC, didn't they?
Yeah.
Who's supposed to, make things
What
a bit
happened to
more
that?
modern.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently no. Wilson. Apparently, I did see Wilson likes him, but
I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't
no,
see them
Derek
trading
Carr-
Derek Carr, man.
I don't know.
they'll trade one. Mario or Derek Carr's going, and Derek
Oh.
Carr's more money saved for them.
He came in as a injury sub for one game, didn't he?
Played one
Yeah,
game.
when he pulled his
and he did
hammy?
fairly well. He got them to overtime, and then
Yeah, was it the Chargers. I think it was the Chargers, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a Chargers game. Win for the playoffs, innit, or something like that. Winning in.
Nah, the Dolphins killed that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, a lot of teams are after making calls, but yeah, one of them's going to leave, get traded.
He'd do
Derek
very
Carr.
well at the Colts. Colts would be a good fit for him. Yeah. He's accurate. He
quarterback.
looks after the ball.
he's fairly mobile as well.
Yeah, but he doesn't really need to behind that Colts offensive line either.
Yeah, no, Colts got a good line. Yeah, it's when you get Marlon Mack back this season as well. with Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, though, bro.
Yeah, Mac, Taylor, and Hines. If anything proven now, you got to have more than one running back. You can't have one. You got to have a couple that all specialize in different things.
is running back by committee nowadays. It's
Yeah.
not- unless you're Derrick Henry, he's the exception.
Aaron Jones as well.
Well, man like Dak, yeah.
Did they even have the money to re-sign him?
I think they do. I think they can still franchise him for like 37 million for the year.
Fuck.
I think they'll franchise him and then try to do a contract.
But, you know, I guess he was injured last season, so in theory that gives the Cowboys a reason to say, you know, this was what we would have offered you, but you were out for the whole season or however long he was out for.
But I suppose
Yeah,
Dak
they
could
went
go
down
back
the
and say,
Dalton
look
road.
how bad you were without me.
Yeah, Dalton took over and it was pathetic. They're
Yeah,
like
but
three
then, you know,
quarterbacks.
like Ezekiel Elliott wasn't particularly great this season, so
Well, my
No,
man, he's in
because they
decline, man.
They didn't have any pass game, so they just focused on the run.
man spent more time growing his beard than anything. What a beard that was.
Half O-line range, yeah.
But that line's always injured because that line's old, man.
Yeah, that line was like at its peak for about a season and a half, and then that was it.
The thing is, would you pay Dak an average of 38 million a season?
He's 30 mil plus. He's 30 mil. Before he got injured, he was on the up. He was one of the better quarterbacks. Before he got injured, he had a very good year.
Yeah, would you? The thing is, you wouldn't pay him that a multi-year deal. I think that's the sticking point.
Not when he's injured like that.
Yeah, but that 37 is the second. Is only because they franchised him a second time.
Yeah, I know, but he wanted like between 35 and 40 anyway.
No, I don't think it was that much because Mahomes is at 38.
He's a-
10-year deal.
Yeah, it
What?
was like 35 to 40, but I think the main sticking point was
No, it was the contract length. Yeah, it wasn't the money. It was the contract length. He wanted a 4-year deal. The Cowboys wanted 5, weren't it?
Yeah, because he wants to double dip back into the market. He wants to get back
Yeah.
into the market.
Oh,
So
he
he
wants
can
to
get
get
another pay
doubly
rise.
paid, innit?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Jets or Colts.
Jets or Colts,
Oh, to
really.
be honest, you know what? If someone like Dak reaches free agency, there's going to be an absolute clusterfuck of teams that are going to want him.
Anyone with that money is going. Anyone in Washington somehow will try to work it out. Panthers, anyone.
New England.
New England.
Who's that? Who's
Bobby-
that? Is it Chad Henne, the one that started in the playoffs against the Pats? He
No, not
was
against
playing all right.
He's Chiefs backup.
He's Chiefs back up.
No, who's the guy that started for Washington against the Pats?
Oh, Tyler Henry's been re-signed.
Oh, Taylor Heineke or something.
Taylor Heineke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Re-signed for 2 years this
My
morning.
man had wheels, boy. He
They wanna-
was juking, man was sidestepping everyone, boy. Nah. Matt Ryan for another year.
I think the Falcons.
Jets, Colts, or Patriots because they have their money. I don't see him going to Patriots, but Jets and Colts makes sense if he does hit free agency. It makes
Imagine
everyone,
when
it makes
they're
everyone
gonna-
else that it's cheap.
They're gonna franchise tag him again, really. Realistically,
If
they'll
Dak ever-
franchise
It's a
tag him.
safe bet.
It depends if they give him the franchise tag and work out a contract, then fair enough because that 37 mil franchise tag number, you know, drops ever so slightly depending how they structure it. But you know, it's taken this long to make virtually zero progress whatsoever.
Yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
I
they
think.
even built out by getting rid of Amari Cooper, you know, so they wouldn't have to pay him, etc., etc. But I don't know. It just seems that
But didn't they pay Amari Cooper? They paid him like 100 and something mil.
Yeah.
then got traded, didn't he?
Got traded
No.
soon after
No.
for the season.
19.
Did he? He got traded back to the Raiders.
What? I swear he plays for the.
Oh yeah, no,
No.
sorry, yeah, you went Raiders to Cowboys. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Amari Cooper's still a Cowboy, man.
Sorry, my bad. I'm
They-
getting it
they
confused.
paid
Yeah,
him,
they
though.
paid
way
Amari, they
too much
paid
money.
Zeke. I don't think they can pay Dak.
They need
No,
to pay a
unless they start
defense. That's
cutting
what
them.
they need to do.
The defense wasn't that bad. They was injured. The defense was just injured. They had no linebackers.
But that secondary was atrocious, bruv.
Can't go more than 3 seconds, innit?
I mean, I wouldn't write off the secondary. It's young. They've got pieces. It's just, you know,
Yeah,
they lost their
like,
main.
they are
They lost their best cornerback when he went to the Dolphins. But you know, they've got a couple of pieces there.
Yeah, I don't see, like, as a Dolphins fan, I don't even rate Byron Mac.
Or I don't rate him for the
Byron
amount of
Jones,
money.
isn't
Jones that highly.
First pick, wasn't he?
Huh?
Byron Jones was first round pick.
Yeah,
The
but you know,
Cowboys?
my man cannot
Yeah,
intercept
he
the
went,
ball,
to,
bruv.
he went to the Dolphins. The Dolphins signed him for a mega money contract, basically, because Brian Flores could line him up like the Patriots lined up Gilmore and
Oh.
just a man on the outside.
It
and-
did work.
Yeah, the secondary was good, man.
Apart from the Bills game, the last 8 game of the season, he got picked on disgustingly.
Didn't show up there.
Mad. Josh Allen is a beast.
No, Josh Allen is a beast because of Stephon Diggs. Pre-Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen was no better than, you know,
Yeah.
some guy. I can't even think of any.
Come. Who's the next QB, bro? Who's the next QB?
Carson Wentz.
Your quarterback. That's what that is, man. That is going to be your quarterback. Wentz is going to. Wentz is going to Colts.
Wentz would be very good at the Colts.
Frank Reich was his OC for 2 years, and he had very good numbers. And it was the shit show last year. I mean, it doesn't look good for him for, like, calling out other players and then, like,
If
not doing what the coach says on the play and not taking
Yeah.
responsibility. That's not good. But under Frank White, he was very good for 2 years until he blew his knee out. But he's fixable, and he do very well in Colts.
if I was Colts, I'd give up a couple first for him because
No, you don't give up. You don't give up what Eagles are after. No, he's a first round pick, but he's not 2. Eagles want 2. He's not 2.
like the Colts realistically are probably only a QB away.
QB and receiver away.
Yeah.
So what
but,
about if they get Ertz and Wentz for a first rounder and take that dead money on?
But Jack Doyle is not that good, bro.
No,
He's not that good, bro.
no.
Oh yeah, Trey. Yeah, Philly, innit?
It's still not Ertz, are they? It's
Philly,
still not.
bro.
What receivers you got? Oh, you got
T.Y.
T.Y. as well.
T.Y.'s gonna go. If you don't pay it.
Ty is dead, bro. He's declined.
But you can draft a receiver in the second round. You can pick up one in free agency. You got the money and you can get a
The
tight.
thing is, Ty only ever really had speed and hands, and you know, once you get old and speed's gone,
Yeah.
you got to bring something else to your game. But
Is-
Ty just doesn't have the build to be, you know, a physical receiver
Nah, he doesn't.
like a Keenan Allen / Mike Evans kind of, you know, like Michael Irvin past his prime kind of.
Look. Looking to get overpaid, boy.
Yeah, Corey Davis is about to get more money than he deserves. Yeah, but Mike Evans has said he'll take a pay cut to keep the team together. So
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that team stays together if you know you got Brady there for 1 more year. Got a
Bro,
chance.
tell Brady to take a pay cut, innit?
I mean, Brady,
Yeah.
No, I think it's 1 year with the add-on of a year.
I thought it was at least like 20 mil though.
yeah, I thought about 20 mil for the 2 years, but
And the thing is, like, they need to pay Shaq Barrett.
yeah, keeping that defense is harder than keeping the offense together.
And then we can all get paid somewhere else. Once we've got those
But
rings.
they live in Florida, and it's no state tax in it.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Take a pay cut, you're still making more than next man.
Yeah, especially them people that live in LA, boy.
Only Bears and Colts seem to be after him.
I would say it would be a good move for the Colts if they can get him for the right price.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
price will drop in a few weeks.
like,
Yeah, but Brissett can still come back though if he can't. You're not. I don't think you're not in a rush to go get him. That's why you haven't given the two first rounders that they want. I don't. You can get away with not giving him a first rounder.
yeah. I mean that like getting rid of the first rounder for DeForest Buckner worked out pretty well.
The first round to start winning, and you're right. Exactly. Instead of QB, you need a QB most position. These old OCs, the head coach of your team, man.
Yeah, no. I'd say he'd end up at the Colts, man. Can't see him ending up anywhere else.
It shouldn't be that long until we find out. There was an article saying that the next couple of days
Yeah.
there's going to be news
bonus during the
regarding. I think it was that man Adam Schefter.
Yeah, I think he's
Shefty
during
Mills, isn't it?
he's
Shefty
bonus
Mills.
during the month, so.
He's better than the fake Skip Bayless we got here.
Yeah.
Get up! Get up!
I ain't my QB.
Cut, bruv. Cut.
He's retiring, mate. He's retiring. He ain't going nowhere. He's retiring.
He's gonna be a highly played QB2, bro, somewhere.
He's a backup or retiring, man. I don't think he'll be a backup. I think he's retiring.
No.
It was a 1 year
no.
prove it deal and he didn't prove it.
No.
Yeah.
Give Cam some weapons. Give Cam some weapons, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but is he any better than most of the free agents out there?
Nah, he's not.
Well, put it this way: he's not going to cost mega money.
No, he's not.
To bring him back, it's not going to cost a lot of money. But give him someone that he can throw to that isn't some guy that they picked up off the street somewhere.
About tell N'Keal Harry in it to fix up in it.
Oh, mate, the hype about N'Keal Harry at the beginning of the season. Oh, he's been putting in extra work. He's been doing this. He's been doing that. You know, Cam Newton gave him a nickname, and my guy is just out of all of the DK Metcalf could have got DK.
Could have got AJ Brown.
Well, they had no money in it, so. And
Yeah, you know.
Bill's
but
not
it's
the best for
draftable.
skill players either, boy. I don't know.
No, you can
Well,
draft a
that scouting
late
department.
round O lineman, and he's occasionally good at picking up a defensive back in the draft. But beyond that,
Yeah, no.
Linebackers ain't mean too bad. But yeah, D line's been shit.
They need to take that GM power away from him and give it to someone that actually knows what they're doing.
no, they just need to stop with the whole, you know, late round trade back. Just, you know, you got cap space. You got cap space. You got the picks. Just, you know, be aggressive. All of the rumors are saying that they're going to be majorly aggressive this year, similar to how they were in 07 when they got Moss, Welker, Stallworth, etc., etc., etc. So we'll see how that goes.
They're gonna have to be though, because the division's tough now. Brissett, if he's
No,
free.
Cam Newton's still better than Brissett.
Bring in Jimmy
Still
G.
better.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy G gets traded, he's going to the Patriots. I can't see him going anywhere else.
And then Cam Newton be back up at San Fran.
The thing is,
Patriots going to that Tay Lance, who his name is. Hopefully that would be the pick.
I don't think he's going to drop to 15.
Yeah,
Matt
that's
Jones
it.
will be around there, won't he?
Matt Jones probably the 5th QB, yeah, but
Yeah, but it's too high to take him at 15, though.
Yeah, that's what Bill's good for, isn't it? Trading back, innit?
Oh, fucking trading back my ass. No, I think
trade
think
out first
they're either
round
going to
completely,
get
innit?
Cam and get him some, get some actual weapons. We're getting a fair amount of our defense back this year from the opt-outs. The O-line is sufficiently good as long as we can bring back Andrews.
or one of them, Andrews or
Yeah,
two.
or one of them. Yeah. But yeah, either get Cam weapons or get Jimmy G, and he knows the system. He's at best a game manager. He's not going to do the stupid shit that Cam was doing last year. With some of the throws that he was making was just
That was the problem. It's too conservative game plan, and game calling, and just not letting him rip. I mean, no one's ripped too, but it was a bit predictable. Injured, done his knee in for most of the year. Yeah, after the second game.
He had he was banned at the beginning of the season though, wasn't he? Was that last season? The season before that?
I thought he played a game or two this year. Before.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, I think he played a game and then they held him out. But then we had like Sony Michelle went on IR twice. Once for COVID and all that stuff. So hopefully once we get people back, I don't know how much of the people coming back on defense that they're going to keep. I don't think Patrick Chung's worth keeping. Dante Hightower might be retiring.
Yeah, got to get him back if he's not retiring. Most of the
Marcus Cannon, I don't really care about Marcus Cannon.
he's
We
been
picked up that 6th round guy who played awesome this year. So yeah, Jimmy G, be happy. Get some weapons around, or get weapons around Cam, and maybe even trade Gilmore. There was a couple of games. We were still in where mistakes were made towards the end. I think it was the Seahawks game.
Bills won.
Cam Newton fumbled on a game with a drive, and so on and so forth. But
yeah, the game 4th down against the Bills, and like 2 yards to go and shit. No, he had it. He was doing better. He was getting better, but yeah,
too inconsistent. Someone will take a chance on him though.
No, I think Broncos would be a good shout for. Drew Lock's answer, man. I mean, you can have both of them have open competition. Trubisky's not going to be expensive. Broncos ain't got much money. Yeah, I think they made some more money today because they cut that cornerback. But yeah, boy, what's his name? What's his name?
AJ.
Yeah, no, Trubisky go to someone like a Broncos or San Fran if that plays out with Jimmy G somewhere else, or maybe a Washington type thing. Who's their backup now?
The Bucks. The Bucks have got Blaine Gabbert, haven't they?
Yeah, they have got Blaine Gabbert as backup.
Blaine.
Yeah, but they still have the money to get to sign the players they need. Then yeah, but you got to get their defense back.
Hey, I
They
think
got-
Shaq
you got to give up your
Barrett's in line to
defense
get
to have.
paid this year, isn't he?
Jack Barrett's on franchise as well.
Might be franchise again. He was franchise last year, so yeah, I don't see him go. I don't see anyone taking that backup QB job.
Josh Rosen was there earlier this year. He's gone to San Fran now. No, he signed a 1-year deal with San Francisco. I think the other day.
Yeah, moved on to Trubisky now, Ryan, and
Huh?
moved on to
Trubisky.
Trubisky.
But he's gonna be out the league, isn't it? Actually, do you know the only place that I think he'd actually fit in quite well is the Ravens as a backup.
Yeah, but they got RG3. He's already the same type of player as.
RG3 sitting free agency. Isn't it?
I'm sure you pick him up for like $2 million a year. Trubisky still got $10 million a year, or like 8 to 10 million a year.
Where else would he?
Because I said Broncos are San Fran if Jimmy G goes.
Jimmy G.
Saints are sorted.
Yeah,
Winston and Hill.
I see San Fran as being in the running for Carson Wentz.
I don't think so. I don't think they don't want to give up the first round picks, man.
No, I think it depends what dominoes fall for San Fran, who they go for. I reckon they're not gonna be the first in line. They could be see what happens. They're not gonna have They're not gonna have one guy they want over anyone else.
I mean, if you think about it, Jimmy G, I know going back over what we've been through before, but the one season that he stayed healthy, they reached the Super Bowl. But the only issue is staying healthy.
Yeah, that's what I feel. They're not in a rush to go out and give away first rounders. We'll see what happens.
No. Yeah, but he spends a lot of time on his back with the Eagles, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where the O-line is trash.
Outside of Kelsey, the center, everybody else is pretty bad. Oh, actually, no, they got Lane Johnson as well, but yeah, they got too many individual pieces. They haven't got a solid unit anymore. Trubisky to the Eagles. If he was cheap enough, it'd be good.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, to the Eagles, not a good shout. Not a bad shout at all. Trubisky to the Eagles.
So we've agreed it's either Eagles or out the league, yeah?
Yeah. Maybe Washington could take a flyer on him.
No, he's a first round pick. He's a first round pick. He'll keep getting chances.
Well, like Dwayne Haskins was a first round pick as well, and he only signed a future contract.
He's out.
Yeah, but as opposed to Dwayne Haskins, who's a childish idiot, Trubisky's not really ever got himself in trouble.
Yeah, it's true. I'll tell you what, that's a good signing by Pittsburgh because he's very Big Ben like in terms of big arm, backyard kind of.
No, it's just going to be the. He's going to be James.
Move. He can't QB.
He's going to be Jameis Winston Volume 2, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't even think he'll be good as Jameis Winston because Jameis Winston's only problems was turnovers. Apart from that,
Jameis Winston's problem was the fact that they ran that vertical offense. As soon as Tom Brady comes, they started struggling a little bit. They went to basically watch the Super Bowl. They basically ran a Patriots offense.
Yeah, run, play action.
Run, play action,
Short
screens, tight ends. You know, that wasn't the same offense that Jameis Winston was playing in, and that's part of the reason I reckon he threw 30, however many picks it was.
It was the same reason why Brady threw 15 picks in the first half of the season because he kept trying to throw it deep.
Yeah. Like at no point did you ever see Mike Evans running crossing routes, and then in the Super Bowl you see,
Yeah, his one catch.
Yeah, he had one catch for 30 yards, and Chris Godwin had 2 catches for 9 yards. If you'd have said that to anyone, they'd have been like, "There is no way Tampa Bay won that." It's just funny that the 3 people that scored touchdowns in that game were the 3 people Brady personally recruited.
That route by Antonio Brown was good, boy. That little whip.
No, they'll keep that
Nah,
guy.
keep
They got no money to get anyone else in.
Taysom Hill isn't the answer.
No, but he's all right. He's all right for the 7 to 12 players a game to get a touchdown.
Yeah, you know, they
Yeah,
can
he's
put him in on
fresh.
punt team and
He is that
and
gadget
everything.
QB. Unfortunately, he's just a gadget QB. Well, like the one thing about Drew Brees is he didn't really throw the ball down the field.
No, he was banged up. Those
No, but you know,
injury
he always
messed him
had
up.
he had two guys that had like sticky hands that were good route runners. You had Kamara and you had Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas was injured for most of the year anyway this year.
Yeah, and they still did fairly well. So you know,
They still got a very good defense.
You know, if you play the same kind of offense as what Drew Brees was using, not completely vertical, I reckon James would be fine.
Yeah, Sean
yeah,
Payton
but
is still a very good coach.
It's Jameis though, isn't it? Man's going to want to, because he's got a rifle for arm, man's going to want to throw it like 40, 50 yards down the
he's
field,
not
isn't it?
accurate. He's not accurate, and that's one of the best things about Drew Brees. But you know,
Yeah.
Sean Payton
Sean Payton's not going to go
Sean
deep.
Payton is a
Yeah,
quarterback guru, isn't he? So
Yeah, but so is Bruce Arians, though, isn't it?
So was
They
Adam
weren't- they
Gase,
weren't-
innit?
Well, Adam Gase can't do anything, man.
He was a quarterback guru, and Adam Gase was a quarterback guru as well.
Yeah, but quarterback guru is not head coach, isn't it? At least Arians and Sean Payton understand you can manage other players in the team.
the arm talent's there. I just don't think
Yeah.
he's mentally cut out to be a great quarterback.
Yeah. The arm talent is there, it's the accuracy. If they can make him a bit more accurate.
And his
he'd be-
obsession with crab legs.
He's not there yet.
No. Jamarcus Russell is the worst quarterback to ever play in the NFL.
No, it's not. Like, the thing is, it's not that, like, Jameis does struggle with reading defenses, but a lot of it is he's got no fear and he trusts his arm too much. So he tries to throw the ball where he shouldn't be throwing the ball, and he gets picked off. Well, if he got him to play a bit more conservative, I think he'd be. Well, he's not going to be accurate. But like obviously, like Cam Newton's not accurate either. I'd say
he's a screen game and some running, and a run.
I'd say Cam Newton's a good comp for Jameis Winston.
Well, no, because Cam Newton's got some form of agility, and you know.
Oh no, I mean
Cam
throwing
Newton.
wise.
Oh, as a thrower, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say Jameis is probably a little bit better than Cam. As a pure thrower, I think Cam has no arm accuracy whatsoever.
I don't think McDaniels would ever trust him.
Nah.
It would never be any deep throws. He'd just be handing the ball off. He'd be too scared to turn out.
Yeah. It'll
Who's he
literally be
rocking
99% handing the ball off.
Yeah, there's no one to throw it to either.
And knowing
I mean,
Jameis will probably still get that wrong as well. So.
Yeah.
Getting 30 picks on Mike Evans. How many picks you getting with Myers
Nikhil Harry.
and Nikhil Harry?
Oh, I wouldn't even throw it in Nikhil's Harry direction. Guy couldn't catch a cold, let alone fucking football. Oh.
I think he'd be very good in San Francisco.
Sam Darnold. You know what? If he had a fairly decent coordinator for a consistent amount of time, I think he'd be able to do some pretty good damn things.
He's
I
no better than the
think-
keepers they can draft at that number 2. He's no better than Fields or Wilson.
I
No.
reckon he is.
Oh no, sorry, he's better. He's no worse. Sorry,
Oh yeah, definitely not.
he's no worse.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think you use that second pick. You either trade that down or use it on something else and have some faith in Donald. But obviously, you got a new head coach. You know, it's not his quarterback. He's maybe going to want to bring his own quarterback in, and that's why they go for a quarterback at number 2.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think the only quarterback that will be a definitive upgrade will be Lawrence, but obviously it's pretty much guaranteed he's going to the Jags. So if anything, trade down, get someone like Penei Sewell, and
Trade
keep
that
Sam
pick to the
Darnold.
Panthers or something.
I'd trade it back. I'll trade it back to the Panthers, man.
Yeah, and then pick up, a wide receiver, Jamar Chase, someone.
Yeah,
Give Sam Darnold something, give him protection.
that's what I'm hoping the Dolphins do. Trade back from 3 to Panthers.
But that's not a pretty pick, though, isn't it? When you've got a new head coach and a new direction for your team in it, it's not a pretty pick to give up on a QB in the draft.
Yeah, but like Justin Fields, I'm not sure about Justin Fields.
A
to be honest.
higher QB. He's only got a 10-game starting, man.
Yeah, nah.
I mean, Cordell Jones and Haskins, they had to put the whole year and they were rubbish out of that Ohio team, man.
Yeah, nah. I
Unfortunately for
agree,
Fields,
man. I
he's
agree,
following-
definitely.
He's following those guys, isn't it? He's following those guys. What's he going to do? It don't matter if you can throw an arm and win a national championship. Ohio State's a massive program. They got great players, and
Yeah.
Fields they made that team better.
It's kind of like the Alabama syndrome that Tua's got.
Yes, exactly.
He's afraid to throw the ball unless like people are like 3 yards of separation because that's what he's used to.
Yeah.
Oregon.
Oregon.
Oh yeah, but
There hasn't been one.
There
They
hasn't
only,
been
they only
one.
drafted the QB in the first round in the last 10 years.
Yeah. I think Tua's probably the best one to come from that program for a while. Fitzmagic. Oh, bro. Fitzmagic.
Right.
If you give Fitzmagic a good team.
Get the beard to the Patriots, man.
I think that Patriot.
Oh,
Let him
do you know-
sling
do you know
that
what? He
ball
would
around
suit the
in a
Patriots
Pats
so
uniform.
well. He actually would. He would suit the Patriots so well. I
Let
like
him-
Fitzmagic, man. I like Fitzmagic. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, he's not a 16-game starter.
No.
That's the problem. No. Like, for example, the Cardinals game. Like, Fitzpatrick wouldn't have won that game. He would have thrown a pick, just like he did for the Broncos. Like, the Broncos, he got us in a good position, and then he threw a pick in the
The thing is, with
in the end
Fitzpatrick,
zone,
you're
like-
guaranteed about 6 games of incredible production,
Yeah.
and then the rest of it's just going to be like a seesaw.
The
You know,
way
he's going to have like halves where he'll throw 2 TDs, and then
Yeah.
the second half he'll throw
Yeah.
3 picks.
Yeah, if you're keeping Tua, then you might as well keep Fitz just as insurance.
I think he wants to start though. So,
Really? I don't see, where is he going to start at, though?
What?
Other than Patriots, where is he going to start?
Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, but Washington, you think, I mean, mention other names for Washington, potentially.
Or okay, he can start for the football team.
Yeah. Washington.
But then saying that, is
The
he
Bears?
much better than Alex
Bears, yeah,
Smith?
no, Bears. I don't think Alex Smith will come back.
I'm trying to think.
Bears not a bad show. No, we know that's good. That's coming back, man. That's going back to Cowboys. That's just,
Nah, he like
you can't give
Fitzy.
him up.
Fitzy needs a good defense to be able to compensate for the picks that he'll throw.
Get him to sling it around Foxborough, mate.
Yeah, Patriots not a bad shout. I mean, Bears makes sense, but
The only thing is I think
someone
he's a
in the
bit too
job.
sloppy with the football for Patriots. But then saying that they had a
Yes.
year of Cam, so. But then they had no other option really.
Yeah, I'd say Washington would be a good fit for him. They got decent O line. They got good defense. They got some
Why
weapons.
would you give up Alex if you're gonna get Fitzmagic? Why would you Alex Smith?
I don't know. Are they going to give him up though?
I think he's a free agent, any. But but Fitzpatrick isn't an upgrade. You might as well just pay Alex Smith another year and see what happens.
Yeah, but there's a 99% chance that Alex Smith won't make it through a season. And I'm not taking the piss out of the fact that, what happened to him, because that is incredible.
Yeah.
But,
That's the thing. I don't think he's made it back. He got his comeback player of the year, and it was an amazing story. Why would you try a second season? It's not worth it.
I
You've done
know,
it.
people are funny. They do
Well
stuff.
done.
Don't know where else is there for him to go, really.
No, but they're set with their quarterback. Washington, San Fran, again, it's that sort of same group of Trubisky.
San Fran won a young guy. I don't think they won.
No, it depends. If they're
Yeah, but then
win
you can
now,
draft
then
someone.
they'll take anyone that's an upgrade over Jimmy G.
Yeah, Carolina would be a good place for him.
The thing is I don't
They got to
think
get down
there's...
Bridgewater first, though, before they can afford to get Fitzpatrick. No, he didn't play well at the end of the season for Bridgewater.
I'd take
I
Fitzy over.
think Bridgewater's time is done as a starter.
Yeah,
OC there likes him, but yeah, not many other people do.
I think his
Once
best.
again, it's another one of those good stories to come back from his injury, but it's just not been the same.
I think he would have been all right in New Orleans if he stayed there.
Yeah, well, he wanted to start. You can't really begrudge him the fact that he got offered a starting job. You know what I mean? But I think that injury is.
There's nothing special about Teddy. That's the thing.
Teddy's always been a good game manager. Nothing more.
Yeah. There's nothing special about Teddy at all.
He was all right. He was all right. No, he broke his leg at fight.
Yeah, he broke his leg. He was out for nearly a year, wasn't he?
He was out for a year.
He was it ACL?
Yeah, it was like leg break, ACL, and some
It
other.
was pretty nasty. I remember.
I mean, he done all right at Panthers until McCarthy went down. Yeah.
Yeah, but they have good receivers though.
Yeah, they were a lot better than what everyone thought they would be. What they get, like 6 wins. Everyone thought they would get 12.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Teddy's not a upper tier starter. He's a good game manager.
Well, no, that's why Panthers are trying. They tried to get Stafford. They first and a fifth, I think.
Yeah, they weren't giving up 2 firsts. Like
Yeah, they weren't giving
two
Yeah, but
firsts
that's
is an
like- that's like
overpayment.
Yeah, but Rams did it for the contract. They were,
I know.
contract
They did
have
it
the
for
first round.
contract. They did it for contract. I know.
Now they set a limit. They've set the market, Rams, unfortunately, which is why Wentz, they want 2 for Wentz now.
Nope.
That was a bad team performance. That was a whole coaching, Aaron Rodgers, the whole team just didn't show up against that
They
game.
just
they showed up in the second half.
they
Yeah.
did.
Three
I think-
straight picks. You
Yeah,
know,
but if Brady throws
proper-
3 picks and you get what 1 touchdown out of it and a field
Yeah.
goal.
I think they need a game changing tight end. The Packers.
Yeah,
Yeah, is it Jared Cook they used to have?
Yeah,
Played for them for a bit. But the thing is that you're talking about they went up against the Bucks defense that was not the same as the Bucks defense that was in the
Yeah.
regular season.
yeah.
you know what
That's-
the Bucks defense did in the playoffs is just ridiculous.
Like if they
that's a different defense, but I don't think Aaron Rodgers goes anywhere.
no, if they got like a Kyle Pitt from Florida as a tight end, they would be very very dynamic. Just someone to take.
The pressure
Like-
off Devontae Adams. But I mean,
Yeah.
even their young receivers like Valdez Scantling and the guy with the other really long name, Equanimous St. Brown or whatever he's called,
Yeah,
they're actually fairly good. And Alan Lazard, they're all fairly good. But I think, they need another presence like
Yeah.
Carl Pitts.
They all can make a jump next year, though. They would, above 500 yards with them.
yeah. I mean, it just turns out like that Jordan Love pick was just retarded. That's
Yeah.
all.
Well, no, I think they've gone along the similar lines of what they did when they got Rodgers. You know, they had Favre, they took Rodgers in the first round, they let him sit for 4 years or whatever it was. You know, it makes sense. You're planning ahead, and you know he was available.
Yeah,
In 6 years' time, when if he turns out exactly the same as Aaron Rodgers turned out, then not in the same sort of quality starter, then it's a worthwhile pick. I mean, they did the same thing with Rodgers. They took him 24th in the first round way back when they had Brett Favre,
yeah.
and
But-
they've pretty much gone from one great quarterback to another great quarterback. So
But when they knew they were in NFC Championship game and they needed a couple weapons to take them over the edge.
yeah, but that's confident. That's I say that's confidence saying that you have a quarterback who will pretty much get you there or thereabouts nearly every year. So
Yeah.
this year they'll pick up, say for example, Carl Pitts or whatever. They'll still be there or thereabouts come NFC Championship time.
That's still a winnable division again next year.
Yeah.
For them.
I think like someone like Brady's proven that your quarterback could be 40 years old and still play at an incredibly high level. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is 37, 38, still plays.
That's 37.
I think it's
plays at
37.
But that's what I'm saying about the Jordan Love pick because they can play into the 40s. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's they were in a position where they could pick him. Are they ever going to be in that position again where they can pick up a fairly good quarterback? It just happened to be that last year there was a fair amount of depth that he dropped to 24 or whatever, wherever they picked him. I think it was a good pick, but I mean, look at the Patriots. Look where they are now. They sold out for years to win Super Bowls to get to where they needed to be. They didn't have a QB. They've got no weapons, etc., etc., etc.
I'd say they're happy with their Super Bowls though.
Oh yeah. Don't get me wrong, obviously.
Nah, Rodgers ain't going nowhere. His contract's massive as well.
Oh, Jesus. Fairly long list, isn't it?
Yeah, it's half the league.
I would have said Stafford, but that's not an option anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
It's either
yeah, I think it's still Wentz an option for them because they still they got Foles, which is still quite a lot of that cap space. So send.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're
How
going to
does
get
this
rid of
guy keep
Allen
getting
Robinson.
shot?
as well. He's
How
gonna
does
be-
this guy
Allen
keep getting
Robinson.
dropped? How does that guy still keep getting shots at starting Gibson.
Bruv,
The guy had
because,
one
you know,
mid-season
he's Super
caught a
Bowl
touchdown pass,
MVP,
one
bro.
Super Bowl MVP, and now all of a sudden he's like the world's greatest fucking quarterback that's going to come in and solve everyone's issues. Yeah, so he went to Jacksonville, got paid, and got beat out by a guy with one of the best moustaches I've ever seen in my life.
What about Gardner? Man's name is Gardner, bro.
Well, man's about to be gardening that bench.
Wentz or Darnold or someone.
I don't know if Wentz can. I don't know if the Bears can afford Wentz. His big contract.
That's just if they wouldn't take his money on, I don't think. They're drafting quite high though, so they got to trade up.
Who Bears? Yeah, because they got first round playoffs, didn't they?
Yeah.
Unless they take someone like Mac Jones or someone in the back end.
Yeah. But when your GM and head coach have got 1 year left in before getting sacked, they can't really draft and hope for someone to be good.
Yeah, like if I was Wentz, I wouldn't want to go to Chicago because just for that fact that the GM and coach might be
But
gone.
the head coach, no, it was Andy Reid, isn't it? But wasn't he at Eagles for a little bit? I know the new OC, the quarterbacks coach was at
Matt
Eagles.
Nagy.
Matt Nagy.
I can't remember where he was before.
No, I know he was with Andy Reid, but I can't remember if it was at Eagles. But the quarterback coach at Bears was quarterbacks coach with Wentz. No, they need to win, man. We said it.
That's the thing.
Explain.
Fitz is only getting you like 8 to 10 games if you're lucky.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Carson Wentz is the first domino to fall. If it goes Colts or Bears, and after that, then you have to go to the next guy with a Darnold or someone, or a Jimmy G.
Jimmy. Oh, porn star Jimmy.
Porn star Jimmy.
Trubisky.
He's
I'll
trash,
go
bro.
Trubisky.
I'd stay with Drew Lock, give him a
I
chance.
wouldn't.
No, he's
He's
1 to
not.
1. He's touchdown to interception ratio, isn't it, man? He's going to his third year. His second year last year, but he didn't step up in his second year.
To be fair, they did. They lost a lot on the O line though. To be fair to him.
Yeah, but then they draft someone in the first round for receiver, and it's like got a running back, half decent running backs. Their defense on decline.
When's the last time Von Miller completed the season, boy? That back end of that defense is getting old as well.
Yeah.
Apart from the safety Sims, who's probably their best player and probably one of the best safeties in the league. There's no one that sticks out in my head.
They still play all right, though. I mean, get some close games. Yeah. No, I think they'll get someone else in.
They might get some veteran competition from maybe.
Yeah, Brissett.
See, this is Tyrod Taylor again. Is just someone that is just there. He's just a guy.
Yeah.
He's not gonna give you anything incredibly special. Okay, maybe once, every couple of months he's gonna have a big game. But he's just like, if you look up average in the dictionary, it's Tyrod.
Yeah, you're not gonna take him over Brissett, are you? Brissett over him, or that one's trash, man.
The thing is, I think
no one had one good year like 10 years ago, man.
Andy, he's a Texas guy. He'd probably rather stay in Dallas. Not even take the money. He just
don't need the money,
stay in
The
Dallas.
thing is, Dalton's like most QBs. It's fairly solid, but his game elevates when he's got superior talent around him. when he was at the Bengals, AJ Green, Sanu, Tyler Eifert, Joe
Yeah.
Mixon, a fairly solid O-line.
If he's got the right pieces around him, he's an above average starter.
Yeah.
Nah.
He's the you're clutching at straws there, man.
No.
You're clutching at straws. After Trubisky, he's just clutching at straws, man.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's what we are now. Where are the Broncos picking?
Teams, aren't they?
Yeah, it's got to be around 12 or 13, isn't it?
I don't know. Broncos are generally aggressive. I see them possibly moving up.
Early teens, I'd say.
We'll
They're
see.
ninth. I just checked at 9.
Oh, they're ninth.
They're 9th. No, well,
ninth's too high for him, man.
yeah, no, that'd be Trey Lance in it at the sort of top 15.
It's weird because there's no good pass rushers in this draft. No game changers, I should say. There'll be a bit of a reach on QBs, I think, this year because
Yeah, they can take a year off their line, man. They're fine.
yeah.
As long as they've got some weight and going to the gym still, they'll be fine, man.
Yeah, it's just generally you can always find linemen late anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like that proper blue chip kind of talent, obviously you get in early, but you can always pick up linemen in the middle of the draft that are serviceable. Patriots have been doing it for years.
Yeah, you can know the blue chips after a year or two of starting experience. That's not going to change much if they don't play their third year.
Like outside Panay Sewell and that guy from Northwestern.
Yeah.
Those are probably the two blue chip guys. After that, someone will fall. Someone always falls because there's another need for another team.
There's like that Laramie Tunsil gas mask bong thing.
I don't know how Laramie Tunsil made the Pro Bowl this year.
Because Bill O'Brien kept paying him money.
Like,
he probably voted for him. Like,
he was all right, but like, I don't know how he was one of the best tackles in the AFC. I don't think so.
Fans shouldn't be based on fans, man.
It's a popularity contest, isn't it? Like, how did, for example, Stephon Gilmore got into the Pro Bowl?
Over Casey Jackson.
Had a fairly average season. JC Jackson had 7 picks this year. Didn't get Pro Bowl.
Oh, did he not get Pro Bowl?
He got
I think he was an alternate or a second or something.
What? Outside of Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard, he was probably the best corner in the league.
Yeah.
Alexander Packers up there.
Who?
Alexander, is that so?
Jair.
Yeah, Jair Alexander.
Yeah, but AFC, I can't think of any. Tre'Davious White wasn't particularly.
Yeah, so
do
like
anything
Mike said,
special.
it's a popularity contest, the Pro Bowl, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's most likely he wins. You just gotta wait. You just gotta wait for that Eagles draft valuation to go down. Yeah, you can wait. Colts can wait it out. I don't think Bears can wait it out too much.
Yeah, this is the thing. You wait it out until someone makes a ridiculous offer, and then you're like, well, maybe we should, moved a bit quicker.
Yeah, but if you can make a ridiculous offer for Wentz, why not go for a car? Yeah, you can get 2 first rounds for Carl. I might take it.
Oh, but Carl's not worth 2 first rounds.
No, but is he worth less than Wentz though?
I'd say from a talent perspective, yes. A health
Really not.
perspective, no. But then you see, Matt Stafford's always had this label of being injury prone, but he's not missed a lot of games recently. I think
No.
he missed a load of games at the beginning of his career, but recently he's been.
He had one. Didn't he have one of the longest streaks outside of Brett Favre, Stafford? His active streak as a quarterback was pretty long.
Yeah, but there's still that whole conception that he's injury prone. But he's one of those guys that
he
will play
plays
through
for
injury.
Yeah.
He plays through a lot of injuries though.
He played with a broken leg, didn't he, in the playoff game?
But it's only really over the past couple of years he's been getting a bit injured. But before that, he was.
No. Initially, he was injured a lot, and that's why he got that reputation. But then recently, he's not been too bad. I think last year was the first time he'd missed games in a fair old while.
Yeah. Last year broke his back in it. I remember he was lighting up fantasy last year.
Yeah.
He was lighting up fantasy.
He'll probably fall down the stairs, knowing his luck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Move on, man.
do you know what?
Yeah,
We
forget
wouldn't be
the
able
Cowboys,
to
man.
understand what the Cowboys do because our mind does not comprehend money like Jerry Jones.
Get the Cowboys, bro. Forget the Cowboys.
I think it's Prescott's going to stay. They'll find a way to work it out, whether they franchise him or they give him a big money deal. One of the two.
No, Matt Ryan.
Nah.
They need cap space, man, and Matt Ryan's deal is ridiculous.
They're not going to get rid of him though.
Yeah, I know. They said
They're probably going to try and
Julio.
restructure it because I think
Yeah.
Julio is on a massive contract as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I think they'll probably end up restructuring Matt Ryan, free up some space.
I feel
restructure.
bad for Julio, man. Man deserves a ring, bro.
Yeah, but it's the same with DeAndre Hopkins as well.
Not with Arizona, no.
No.
Not with Cliff Kingsbury there, bro. You get rid of his ass, boy.
Patriots.
Yeah, when he's 30.
If Larry Fitz was smart, yeah, he would go to the Patriots if they get a QB. If he wants a ring.
No one's smart to go to the Patriots at the moment. With Cam Newton there, it's just not a good idea.
If they
Especially
get
with,
QB.
I think, minus Edelman, who else? Demir Bird.
That's running back, bro.
Running back, yeah.
Oh yeah. And you can always sell it by saying, look, you can throw to N'Keal Harry.
Jacoby Myers.
Oh, beast.
Oh no, I like the Russian guy.
Oh, Gunnar Olszewski.
Olszewski, bro.
Tines, how do you say his name?
I don't even know, but then you get like 2 catches in the year or something.
Yeah, 2 TDs, bro.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, all on special teams, not on receiver.
No, he had one receiving as well.
I swear he done as a punt returner. He done them both as a punt returner.
I think in one game he got a TD and a punt return TD, didn't he?
Yeah.
It
Or was
wasn't
it a kick return TD and a punt return TD?
Yeah, they were back to back back-to-back series.
Yeah.
Or was it 2 punt return TDs?
No,
It was
one
in the
was
same
receiving.
game.
One
No,
was receiving.
I'm
It
pretty
was
sure
one receiving, definitely both in the same game though.
it's in the same game. I think it's kick and punt that he got it.
It was against the Chargers when you guys whacked them.
Yeah, same.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I swear they didn't score in that game, did they?
No, it was like 40
Yeah, no.
0.
Wasn't it? But no offensive touchdowns. I'm pretty sure there's no offensive touchdowns in that game. It's all special teams.
No, there was.
No.
It's a modern day Patriots. Undoubtedly, there was a rushing touchdown somewhere.
Is Gunnar Olszewski.
Yeah, something like that.
Come on, Skip. You should know this.
Skip.
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 Skip. Trevor Lawrence,
Watson. That's
Trevor
something.
Lawrence and keep Minshew as a backup.
Yeah, but who wants to
They've
go
got
to
no
Jags?
talent, have they?
Yeah, but Jags always have money. Jags are always number one in catch piece.
All of their talent is gone. Look at that defense from 2017. Who's left? Miles Jack.
Like, obviously, they'll scout well. Obviously, with Maya there. They got a good receiver, Chenault. He was good. He had some good
They
games.
had a good running. Their good running back did well last year.
Oh yes, he was sick.
Was it Robinson or James?
Yeah, Robinson was legit.
Yeah.
He was legit. For undrafted guy as well, he was sick.
Yeah. You get a lot of running backs undrafted.
Like running backs, you can get them anywhere, man. Undrafted, late rounds. That's why
it's
it's
the whole
so
Mike
undervalued.
thing, isn't it? If you find someone a niche that they're good at, like Eckler initially was a
Third down.
third down receiver back, and he's managed to grow his game from there.
Yeah.
It's like James White. James White is a beast, but you wouldn't expect him to carry the ball in between the tackles 20 times a game.
Like the Derrick Henrys are an exception, and Dalvin Cooks.
But even then, like the first 2-3 years of Derrick Henry's career, everyone was saying he was overrated.
He didn't run him between tackles too much. He tried to get the speed game going.
Bro,
he didn't run anyone over in his first 2 years.
Who was that New York Giants guy who thought he was like 180 pounds? Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs at Raiders.
No, it was another guy. He was like 6'3", 245, and he never used to run between tackles.
Are you talking about like back in the days when like 07?
Yeah.
I mean, Richardson was another one, yeah. Sheldon was a bit.
No, I think I know who you're talking about. I think his initials were J, and it was J Jacobs or something like that. But yeah, no, I remember he was around. He was on the Giants around the time that Strahan or just after their Super Bowl win.
What's his name? Oh, it's gonna bug me. It's gonna bug me, man. Yeah, because I remember there was Brandon Jacobs. I remember there was a play. It was a play where my man it was like a 1 yard. One first and goal on the 1 yard line, and my man was spinning. He was literally like 240, and he was literally spinning to try and get in. Yeah, Brandon Jacobs, that's the guy.
Darnold or Fields.
I would keep Darnold, man.
Give Darnold a chance. Give him some consistency. Give him some weapons. I mean, the one good weapon that he had was Robbie Anderson, and they got rid of him.
They drafted someone last year who's decent.
Adam Gaze doesn't help himself.
Yeah. Like if I was them, I would take Penei Sewell, boy, and then with Mekhi Becton, that's 2 bookend tackles, boy, for like the next decade.
Yeah.
I
would agree with that.
Yeah, because like he makes mistakes.
I'd say they'd probably give Darnold a year.
I would. I think
if he picks it up, because I don't think that unless things go horribly wrong. I mean, even with Gaze, they went horribly wrong, but they still kept him on for a couple of years. I think they're going to keep Salah for a couple of years. Give him a consistent O-line, give him some weapons, give him a consistent system, and I reckon Sam Darnold will be above.
They'll have a good defense next year, so you just got to get the 3
give him the right system, give him the right
Yeah.
people. I think he's going to be probably about the same as an Andy Dalton. Give him the right amount, right talent, and he'll do the job.
Like most of Donald's mistakes come from when he's under pressure. Like he panics under pressure. Like he's, I suppose, typical young QB.
Game, yeah.
Man, we're seeing ghosts against Patriots, isn't it? Like Mahomes in the Super Bowl, isn't it? I blame that Mahomes thing on the coaching by.
Yeah, and two
Run,
linemen down.
we said this. Run the damn ball. They had a fairly effective running game, but they went away from it way too quickly.
That and it's the fact that I heard a stat that on Mahomes' dropback, on 92% of his dropbacks, they only had 5 people protecting. Like if you know your tackles are getting beat, innit? You're not running the ball anyway. Use the running back to help. Like
Yeah, but it's they're only going against 4 guys because they barely blitzed.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If your tackles are struggling and you're not running the ball, use a running back to chip or something. Yeah.
But you're talking about a team that had backup left tackle, backup right.
Right.
Tackle.
Yeah.
Like they moved their right tackle to left tackle.
And JPP.
Yeah, but that's why I expected them to help the tackles. From a coaching perspective, you got to help.
It was every little gap was broken, man. It wasn't just
Yeah, and then the Bucks were playing cover 2 the whole time. They took away the deep part of the field. They took away the sidelines. They pretty much doubled. They doubled Kelsey. They doubled Tyreek Hill. It was like, who else on that team can beat you? And as it proved, no one.
The only way you get a team out cover 2 is you run the ball, so the safety has to come down, and then you get. So if you're not going to run the ball, you're not going to get them out that cover 2 shell.
No, yeah, Mahomes should run forward instead of running back and in circles.
Man did not have the time to run forward, innit?
The only person that actually did anything decent offensively is Kelsey.
No, but even then, Kelsey had a fair few drops in that game anyway.
Well, he dropped a couple, but like he was the only one that was actually moving the chains for them.
I just like the whole peace sign thing that went on. That was brilliant.
Like where was Hardman? Where was Sammy Watkins? Was he playing?
Sammy Watkins was injured.
Was
Sammy Watkins was on the COVID list, wasn't he?
Yeah, I thought. I don't think Sammy Watkins.
He didn't make up. But like,
all right.
Like Nicole Hardman was missing that whole game. The only time I heard his name when he was offside on that field goal, that field goal block. That's the only time I heard his name. Just draft someone, man.
Go draft someone. Trade up and draft someone. Go for a Wilson. Yeah, they'll draft. They'll get a new guy in.
Oh, you got decent. What's his name? Samuel. DJ Samuel.
DJ Moore, isn't it?
DJ Moore.
Yeah.
That's it.
DJ Moore, Curtis
Curtis.
Yeah, Samuel's a guy. The defense played well last year. They'll get better again. They were very young.
Yeah.
They'll be all right.
Where are the Panthers picking?
9 or 8.
8.
I thought okay.
They're picking 8. Denver's 9.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, they should have enough. They should be in a place where they can get one of the, like a Justin Fields or if he drops.
Yeah. If the Jets don't take Justin Fields, they'll probably trade up and try and get them him or Zach Wilson.
Yeah, they got to try to get to 4, I reckon, above Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta will be taking QB.
Whoever they can get, really, I think. Or draft someone.
I don't think they're gonna sell the house like they did for RG3 back in the day to move up.
Then they move up Haskins though.
Yes, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, so they've got have they got a pick in this round? Oh yeah, they're 19. They're picking 19, so they ain't getting a QB there.
No, I think they're going to stick with a veteran, maybe Ryan Fitzpatrick. If
Yeah.
Alex Smith doesn't.
Nah, Nick Foles ends up back in Philly, man.
Yeah. All right, guys, I got to jump off, man.
Mariota or Newton?
Mario wouldn't be a bad shout.
Jimmy
Mario.
G.
Or Jimmy G. Yeah, like one of those three. I don't see anyone else.
No, I
Who-
see Jimmy G or Newton.
Are they gonna give up? What, they're gonna give up a second first for Jimmy G? Though?
Well, they traded him
Second for Mariota.
out for a second, and at the time he was the next best thing. Now everyone knows he's a game manager. He's got a fairly big contract. I think probably if San Francisco gets someone else in, I reckon it'll probably take only like a third to get him.
Yeah. Mariota probably the same as 2's the highest you get for him.
Oh, you can't charge 2 for
2 or
Mario.
Oh
3.
no,
That-
no, you'd have to give Mariota and like a first for anyone to take him.
Really?
Raiders have
I mean-
Raiders have to give draft picks for someone to take Mariota. The guy is
Yeah,
dog
an-
shit.
backup, man. He's got to be like a 3rd or 4th round pick. That's it.
Yeah. They're throwing a 7 to sweeten the deal, innit? I hate Madden.
What, today?
No,
Let's say Barcelona.
I was gonna say, people got work and shit tomorrow.
It's not
right?
uni days, man. We can do this shit for 6 hours.
Yeah.
I'll say do receivers. Receivers.
This is interesting, yeah. Yeah, that might. Or do defensive ends or someone.
Start on the weekend, innit? When people ain't working out.
Can we not?
I'm in bed by 9 o'clock.
Can we not bunch receivers and tight ends together?
Yeah.
Titans won't be long.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's only Johnny Smith anyway. That's the only worthwhile
Yeah.
tight end talking about. Maybe like Mercedes Lewis. He doesn't retire.
Yeah,
or die.
how's he still playing, man?
Yeah. He's either going to retire or die. One of the two, man.